Now, ladies and gentlemen, in the world of Counter-Strike's economy, there are three different classes of rarity. One being filler items and the cheap stuff everyone has. Two being the skin that's obtainable but your wallet can't imagine. And three is the in-game item money just can't buy. Well, sometimes. Within the last 48 hours, a new panic by the community has ensued. This, of course, being over this sticker right here, the loving Eyes HOLO. Where just a few days back, skin creators began investigating stolen artwork on stickers, but specifically the sticker known as the loving Eyes HOLO, which released back in February of this year. Now, in the short period of time this was eventually brought to the CS community's attention, the price has since shot up well over 300%. Most players in the community are assuming for those who bought this and made it shoot up well over 300% is that it's in the hopes the sticker would remain in the game but set to be contraband, similar to the M4A4 Howl or something else entirely. But realistically, the hard truth for those who actually panic bought this item, and judging by very other similar cases back in the past, some as frequent as 2024 and then some going back to 2023, that's the fact that this situation where something becomes contraband is never going to happen ever again. Very similar to duped items inside Counter-Strike. It's just never going to happen ever again. Now, today's video is a little different and more so throwback to older viewers of my channel since we're taking a deep dive back into skins, but specifically this new CS2 sticker that could be removed, or in the case that some players who've bought this item, it could be moved to potential contraband. Today's video, I want to break down this evidence into further detail, see what Valve's verdict could very well be and how this could affect you if you own this sticker or have bought it recently, alongside a breakdown of the skins market and a slew of other outstanding questions. Now, today's video sponsor is SkinsMonkey. SkinsMonkey is a CS2 trading site for all your skin needs. Whether you're choosing to deposit your in-game items or real-life cash, SkinsMonkey has it all. If you choose to trade yet need to top up your balance, you can do so by also using my code MANDO for a free $5. Alongside depositing, you get an additional 35% of a deposit bonus. With SkinsMonkey's large variety of skins, they also offer daily, weekly, and monthly giveaways. If interested, the link will be in the top of the description down below. Now, firstly for today's video is a breakdown of where these allegations began. Now, this all started happening on Twitter just 2 days out from recording and writing today's script. A Counter-Strike workshopper replied to some random person's post from 3 years ago on Twitter saying, "Your artwork was copied and accepted to be sold in Counter-Strike," with links to the listing of the official item on the community market, as well as the original workshop submission that Valve actually chose to be in the game. Now, you may be thinking the same as myself, where you don't see the one-to-one copy right away. What I'm trying to get at is a lot of people don't really see the one-to-one comparison and how well this could get to the point where Valve would actually have to remove this from the game. An example of this is a conversation from Bob Calvary on Twitter saying, "This isn't what inspired means. Maybe, but copied is a stretch considering that it reuses the same style at best." And then the conversation from Bob Calvary received a reply saying it's traced, therefore copied. It's that simple. And then they went on to say it's literally traced. They traced the right eye, especially the lashes, and then mirrored it for the left eye. This is a way to avoid signs of being stolen. Legit artists wouldn't mirror the right eye for the left. They tried to alter it in a bit by rotating it and adding in different sections. But this is most definitely copyright infringement. Now, this right here, I gotta say I completely 110% agree, but also could see the point where it was just, well, very well inspired. Now, with that being said, with all the evidence that we have, will Valve act? Will they have to? Now, at the time of writing this script, I said I'm not really sure, but the artist was officially in contact with Valve and most likely will have one of three things happen. The first one up is Valve could just remove it from the game, which would lead to a question from you guys, could they just delete it from players' inventories? Now, most likely that's not gonna happen, but since you don't own anything on your Steam, more so just rent a space on a server for all your skins and all your games, Valve is in charge of the ban hammer and that's just that. Number two is Valve will make it in the M4A4 Howl situation, where it becomes available to trade, but it's altered and can't be obtained through the same capsule anymore, where you'd have to obtain this on a third-party site, a peer-to-peer trade, and just not in the ambush sticker capsule anymore, which this right here is, in my opinion, the most unlikely, as Valve has stated in the past couple of years that the M4A4 Howl situation is never going to happen ever again, very similar to the duplication glitches that happened back in 2014 and 15. And number three here is very similar to the doodle lore situation we just broke down. Valve will eventually change the sticker and keep it inside the ambush sticker capsule, very similar to the doodle lore situation back in 2023, that being with the introduction of the Revolution case. Now, in my opinion of what Valve will go with, I think they're definitely going to go with number three, that being where Valve keeps it in the game, they're just going to change it up a little bit. Now, I believe in an update where this is changed or removed entirely is definitely going to be out by this weekend, if not in the next 24 hours. The fact of the matter is, Valve will most likely replace this sticker with most likely something entirely different and ban the artist for good off of Steam. Now, looking at this original person's profile, that being the original artist that posted this back in 2021, they seem to have nothing to do with Counter-Strike. They don't even really know it exists. They didn't know what Counter-Strike items were. And thanks to the data miner node of Aquarius and dozens of other people in the community, sent them referrals to Valve of how they could file a DMCA takedown and get it removed from the game. And it seems like they've just followed through with that within the last 48 hours. Now, how long that will take, I'm not really sure, but I'm definitely going to expect by this weekend. Now, with all this being said and this controversy being done, some players have stated that they feel skins such as an anime feel or vibe shouldn't be inside Counter-Strike, mainly because it takes away the Counter-Strike feel. And yes, at times I do agree, but in my opinion, you just don't have to buy skins, let alone those types of skins in the first place, because that's the beauty of the market. There's a very wide variety of options. And I believe I have said this in the past, but Valve should add an option for players to turn off all skins altogether, for those who want to play with a vanilla feel, but who knows if that will ever happen, based off of how much skins actually impact CS2. At the end of the day, for players wondering why Valve or hate sometimes feels if they punish the skins community or hardly care, which that isn't necessarily true by any means. If it was in a hypothetical scenario, this would be the prime example, or just one of many. Now, the skins market and investing scene makes bank for Valve. But on the other hand of things, is also a huge pain in the ass for Valve on top of the large illegal gamba industry. Now let me know what you guys think down below of what you think will happen. Like we mentioned earlier, I think we should see a takedown of this within the next 24 to 48 hours, and it will most likely be changed and altered forever. And like I stated last year at the beginning of 2023 with the op-doodle war situation changing eventually to the op-duality, with how much money Valve makes every single year, they should use some of that money for when Counter-Strike skins come out, because nowadays there's not really an excuse because of how little come out. Valve should have a team, or now with AI being so popular and so good, they could just use AI to, well, see if any of these skins, the submissions they want to pick for a capsule, a package, an operation, a case, are stolen in the very first place. And then things won't happen like this down the line. But I don't know if that'll ever happen. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Stay positive, sexy. I'm out, guys.